At the far southern edge of Norway, where the land narrows into rock and wind, lies Lindesnes, a place where centuries of history meet the unrelenting sea. A place where light has battled darkness for more than 360 years. Lindesnes is more than a point on the map. It is Norway's oldest lighthouse station, and one of its most iconic. It stands tall against crashing waves and howling winds, a proud sentinel watching the horizon. The first official light was lit here in 1656, a simple coal fire in an iron basket. It burned high above the rocks, a flickering glow in the night. A primitive warning, a fragile hope. That first attempt was short-lived. The fire was too weak, the weather too harsh. But the idea, the dream of guiding seafarers to safety, was born. Over the centuries, the fire evolved. From open flames to oil lamps, then to Fresnel lenses and electric bulbs. Technology changed, but the purpose stayed the same: to guard life at sea. Today's lighthouse, built in 1915, is a powerful red and white tower. Its rotating light reaches out 17 nautical miles. It has seen wars and peace, storms and silence. To visit it is to touch the living memory of Norway's maritime soul. Surrounding the lighthouse, a cluster of white buildings huddle together. Former keepers' houses, machine rooms, tool sheds, once filled with the everyday life of lighthouse families, children playing, meals shared, tools repaired. Now they tell their stories to visitors from around the world. Each creaking floorboard, each weather-worn wall holds echoes of the past. But Lindesnes has more to show than just the lighthouse. Carved into the rocky cliffs are remnants of a more recent and darker chapter. During the Second World War, the Germans fortified this coastline. Gun emplacements, bunkers, tunnels, all part of the Atlantic Wall. These concrete scars remind us how even the most peaceful places can become strategic outposts. Soldiers once stood guard here, scanning the seas for enemy ships. Now the bunkers lie silent, half swallowed by moss and time. Wander through them, and you feel the weight of history. Cold steel doors, narrow corridors, hidden chambers. Places built for war, now reclaimed by wind and sea spray. And long before any of this, before war, before the lighthouse, there was fire. On this very coast, even in the Viking Age, people lit signal fires. Primitive beacons on high points, warning of storms, ships, or invasion. These ancient fire beacons were lit by hand, fueled by wood, watched through the night. They were the earliest attempt to push back the darkness and protect those at sea. you can still stand where the old fireplaces once burned. Feel the stones warmed by the sun. Imagine the blaze in the wind. There is something deeply human about the act of lighting a fire to help another find their way. Lindesnes is where all of these stories meet. A crossroads of time. A place of light and shadow. Of safety and conflict. Of innovation and endurance. It is a place shaped by nature, wild, rough, and beautiful. Waves crash against the rocks with relentless rhythm. Winds sweep over the cliffs with a voice of their own. And through it all, the lighthouse stands, patient, unshaken, eternal. Visitors come for the view, but they leave with a sense of connection. To the sea, to history, to something greater than themselves. They walk the old paths, explore the tunnels, climb the lighthouse stairs. They see the same horizon that sailors saw centuries ago. And they feel what it means to find direction in a chaotic world. Lindesnes is not just a destination. It's a story told in stone and light. And once you've been here, it stays with you, like a lighthouse in your memory, always shining. We leave Lindesnes behind where the lighthouse stands like a guardian of the sea. The road winds northward, through small fishing villages and open stretches of rocky coast. The sea never quite leaves your side. It follows, just beyond the trees and hills, always near. Not far from the lighthouse, we pass an unexpected sight. A vast industrial complex nestled between forest and fjord. This is the GE Healthcare Facility, one of the world's largest producers of contrast agents used in medical imaging. It feels strangely futuristic out here, in the quiet south, a factory of light, in a way, helping people around the world see inside the human body. But soon, the road bends again, and the wild landscape takes over. Past farms with wind-worn fences. Past ancient stone walls and silent lakes. The terrain here is raw and open, shaped by ice, sea, and time.